We're live.
Yeah.
We're live on the camera.
What's going on?
What's going on?
You
gotta say it right there. You gotta say what's going on.
Sit down here.
You wanna sit down in the chair?
Okay.
Talking to someone or potentially dating someone
Whoa,
or whatever.
that's too hard.
If you didn't have ambition,
Just
then
turn it over there.
It's not gonna work.
it's not gonna work.
I can't work like this!
Okay, so we had to politely ask Madison to leave the room. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but we're back.
Welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Neugent once again. And tonight's topic is
Ambition
what type of ambition?
in one's potential current or even former partner.
Interesting.
We'll talk a little bit more about that. This is something that we were talking about briefly yesterday while driving in the car. So would you like to elaborate for us on that?
Sure. When it comes to ambition in relationships, I feel like it's pretty major because I feel like if you lack ambition, then you really don't have much to offer, to be honest. I feel like when looking, well, not necessarily looking, because I feel like no one should really just be looking for a potential partner. I feel like you just kind of meet people along the way in life, so. No, but seriously, I feel like this doesn't really relate to this video, but when it comes to meeting people and things like that, I feel like men and women, they shouldn't necessarily be out looking for somebody to be with. I feel like it just kind of naturally happens, like, you know, whether you're, I don't know, at the grocery store, high school, out and about, at the car wash, I don't know, but I just feel like you shouldn't be out at particular places just searching for someone to be with. But I feel like when you do find someone that you are potentially, I guess, considering as someone that you might be in a relationship with, or someone you feel like, you know, you might see yourself with at some point, I feel like ambition is very major, as I stated before. I feel like if you lack ambition, then you really don't have anything to offer me as a woman.
Speaking for all women out there.
I feel like any woman, you know, regardless of what point in your life you're at, that should be one of the key things you're looking for in a partner, ambition. I feel like if a man doesn't have ambition, it's a turnoff. It's a very big turnoff. I feel like anybody out there, and even men, I feel like when you're looking for women, if you're dating a woman who literally doesn't know what she wants in life, has no goals, like she's just kind of floating through life hoping, you know, the next check comes or whatever. I feel like if you lack ambition, whether you're a man or a woman, you're not going to be a good candidate to be someone's partner. And I'm not talking just, you know, 2-month girlfriend-boyfriend type relationship. I'm talking long-term here at this point. So, yeah. So, for me, having ambition is very major. And if you don't have it, then you're not even being looked at. Prior to me getting married, if you did not have ambition, you weren't even...
Not even on the radar.
No. I mean, I can touch on it more, but I'll
Hey, I'm just listening.
throw it over to you.
Well, first thing, high school is a great place. You know, if you're in high school to meet women, not if you're outside of high school.
Oh, that's nasty.
Because that sounded weird as I was saying it. But ambition, specifically in a partner, can be a broad statement. If you're out there grinding, you're hustling, and you have a goal that you're trying to meet, to me, that's ambition. You have something that you're ambitious about, no matter what line of duty it is, no matter if it's in school, whatever it is. If you have ambition to be a better father, a better mother, to me that is still ambition. Now, you know, aspiring to be just a trophy wife or a trophy husband. I joke with my wife all the time about being a trophy husband, because when a business blows up, I'm like, oh, I get to be the perfect model trophy husband. You know, like how many husbands do you get to see that are trophy husband?
What do you do for a living?
I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I'm a trophy husband, Steve.
But obviously, she knows that is all jokes. She knows what I aspire to be. She knows my internal ambitions. But for people out there, they have ambitions of, some would say, quote unquote, like hood rich. Cool. And if that's something that you aspire to be and that's ambition for you, and you see that as a potential partner for yourself, by all means, just know what comes with that lifestyle. But on the flip side as well, if you have, we're gonna talk about that too. If you have ambition to, be a CEO of a company, or to be an A&R of a company, or to be, what's it called, executive assistant for really anybody, those are all ambitions. And if that's goals that you have in life, I think that's exactly what my wife is hitting on. Have a plan, have something that you want to do. There's been a lot of times where we see people that are just kind of just going through life. Day by day they wake up and it's just another day. Or they're just waiting on Friday. There's nothing wrong for waiting for your weekends, there's nothing wrong for waiting for your time off. You're working hard, I say play hard as well. But there are individuals that are out there, and you guys probably ran into them. I know me and her definitely ran into them, and just wake up and they're just like, whatever the day brings me. I actually used to date someone that was like that, fresh out of college. They were fresh out of college and they were just like, oh, whatever the day brings me. To me internally, I didn't know how to process that. I was like, I was still in the military at the time, but I'm like, for me, exactly what my wife said, it was a major turnoff. Like, looks for me is like the first step. You can be attracted to someone looks wise, right? But it's when they open up their mouth and you start digging into their mental, you start digging into their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, even their past, and what drives them or what doesn't drive them. Because this individual particularly, she had no reason to not have ambitions. She didn't come from a poverty-stricken background. She didn't come from the streets. She didn't have anything else in her back. She didn't have parental issues, sibling issues. She didn't have those things that would typically hold certain individuals back. So it's not just to say that somebody doesn't have ambition, they're a complete wash. But if that's right off the bat something you see in a potential partner, for us, it's always been a deal breaker. And we've kind of kept each other really grounded as far as making sure that we stay on top of our goals. And that's all I got. Sorry, I gotta say about that. But yeah, back to when she gets you a woman that's gonna pluck, dog hair off your shirt.
Oh, no. You're kidding me.
Wherever you at.
Who said it was dog hair?
I just assumed it was dog hair. What was
Like Leonard, I don't know.
Lint, dog hair, whatever it was. But she does that. She'll pick in my ears, and I just sit there talking. We could be in a $1 million conversation. She's like, yeah. So what you were saying?
Anyway, back to the topic: ambition in relationships. Who said that? Yeah. So anyway, last night on Snapchat, if you guys follow me, I was reading
Snapchat. Shameless plug.
Oh, well, my Snapchat is my name, Princess Neugent, Neugent.
Just like that.
Plug it. But yeah, so last night I was up reading, and the chapter in the book that I'm reading, it was talking about goals. And if you want to know what book I'm reading, I'm actually reading Personal Branding for Dummies. And before anybody's like, oh, she down! Like, no. Any of the books, For Dummies books, they're very informative. So don't let the For Dummies make you feel like, oh, I'm stupid. None of that. Those books are very informative. So yeah, I'm reading Personal Branding for Dummies because that's what I'm focused on. Like, that's my big thing this year. Personal branding within my brand. And I had a little piece. Hold on. I'll read it because I don't want to misquote anything. I want to read it verbatim. Okay, so at Harvard, they basically did a study. They did a study of the graduating class, and they did a study to basically show the outcomes of people who had set goals and people who hadn't really set any type of goals. So this is the end result. 10 years later, in 1989, the researchers again interviewed the members of that same graduating class. They found that the 13% who had goals that were not in writing were earning on average twice as much as the 84% of students who had no goals at all. Most surprisingly, they found that the 3% of graduates, who had clear written were earning on average 10 times more than 97% of their graduating class. The only difference between the groups was the clarity of goals they had set and spelled out for themselves when they graduated. So if you follow me on any of my social media platforms, when it's me just typing out little messages, little inspirational stuff, I'm very big on goals. That's why I keep a planner and I'm super organized. But yeah, I don't say that just for fun. Like, I've read a bunch of books and stuff, and goals is big. So I always set goals for myself, and I feel like everybody should, whether it's, you know, in January at the start of the year or just throughout the year. Short-term goals, long-term goals, or, you know, just goals that you have in life 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You have to aspire to want something or be something in life. You can't just go through life just... Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So down in the comments, guys, let us know what's at least 2 or 3 deal breakers. Let's make it 3 deal breakers that you guys have for, you know, any potential partners. If you're married, let us know some of the things that you saw in your partner that you didn't see in other partners or potential partners. Even if you I can't talk today, y'all.
My throat's parched. I'm not nervous.
Parched.
My throat's parched.
His throat is
I just want a glass of water.
I had my water. Let me know if you were, or if you are engaged or were engaged, or dating, not dating, whatever it is. Let us know in the comments real quick what it was that turned you off about your partner. You don't have to get too descriptive.
You have to cut them loose.
Yeah, just, I mean.
So if you've been in any type of relationship and you had deal breakers and you're like, they're not meeting my, you know, my minimums in life.
Minimum.
Yeah, my minimum,
like
my
that.
minimums. I feel like
You smart.
get out of here. But no, seriously though, you said that this person is not even meeting, you know, like the bare minimum of what I want in life. Because obviously you don't want to settle for the bare minimum, but it's like you're not even meeting that. So I'm like, if you can't meet just those few, the smaller things that I want or that I aspire to have, there's no way you're gonna be able to even think about achieving the type of goals that I got.
And talk about this stuff. Like, I hope this isn't like relationship advice 101.
I feel like that's not even, honestly, I feel like this isn't even, this doesn't even have to be looked at like dating relationships. This can even be friends, like your circle of friends. If your circle of friends has no ambition, I feel like that says a lot about you as a person, because me personally, I don't want to be hanging around, I would say what Will Smith said in that video, but we try to keep it G-rated, so I don't want to be cussing.
Seek those who fan your flames.
So, if you're hanging around a circle of friends who basically are living their life on repeat, they're not making any progress in life, literally they're doing, let's just say, the same thing from high school. And you're now, I don't know, 25 plus years old, and these people are literally doing the same exact things that they were doing in high school or in college or even elementary. I don't know. If these people are literally doing the same thing, you know, day after day, year after year, weekend after weekend, to me that's a problem, because I'm not saying that what you've been doing isn't good, but at the same time, I feel like as you get older, you evolve as a person. And if you're doing the same things that aren't getting you further in life, then those probably aren't the things that you want to be doing. I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that, but there's certain type of people that as you get older, you see that you don't have the same, don't know what that was. But yeah, as you get older, I feel like not only with dating relationships, but friend relationships as well, you see that some friends they don't really make the cut either, if that makes sense. Like they're just not there with you anymore. And that's not to talk down on anybody or anything like that, but it's just like when you look around, it's like, would you feel comfortable going to a networking event with these people? You know, like, you know, I would take you to a networking event.
I knew you would.
Whatever.
Somebody that you would bring around, say, a 7-figure, 8-figure income earner, your boss, like your boss's boss, and feel comfortable enough to know that they would represent you just the same way that you represent yourself in that sort of environment. And to kind of piggyback off what you said in the beginning here, if you're out looking for someone to date, you'll see that a lot of times 2 things are going to happen. You don't find anybody because you're looking in some of the places that you like to hang out, or you're attracting something other than what you want. And for whatever reason, whatever energy you're putting out there is attracting them to you. That's a whole nother video. But what I'm getting to is,
We're going to have to dig on that one.
yeah, in my life, I've always been friends with someone that eventually I ended up dating, because the foundation, I feel like, for a lot of relationships, really every relationship out there, is being a friend. And the one quintessential thing for friends is to communicate. Because if you take away everything else from a relationship, marriage, fiance, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, it's always going to come back down to communicating about things that you like to do, communicating about how you feel about other people, communicating. I mean, if you look at your the purest form of friendship. It's just they communicate. They know enough about each other to where they don't even have to say certain words, but they can communicate. They can communicate with a look, they can communicate with a sound, they can communicate with a touch, like a feel, whatever it is. Communication is like that's the key. So if you're out looking for a relationship, like my wife said, which I totally agree with, stop. Just stop looking.
That's probably the problem.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people that we know. I'm not gonna say any names or anything like that, of course, but I see a lot of people that we know, they literally keep finding themselves in the same situation when it comes to who they're choosing to pursue. They keep ending up with the same type of guy or the same type of girl, and they just keep wondering like why. Obviously, every man and every woman is not the same. So the question is, what are you doing to attract this same type of person? You know, what are you doing?
Preacher.
I'm just being honest. Like, what are you doing to attract the same type of person? Because what is it?
7.6 billion people.
It's about 7.6 billion people in the world. More. So how do you keep attracting the scumbags, the bottom of the barrel, like these good for nothings? Like, how are you attracting that same type of person every time you get in a relationship?
Find a new hobby. That would be my number one tip.
Pro tip.
Find a new hobby. If what you like doing right now currently is not putting you in an environment of the potential mate, or even if you're already married or in a current relationship and it's just kind of like whatever, or even if it is going dope, find new things to do that are outside your comfort zone, because your comfort zone, I guarantee you, is probably the number one reason why you're attracting the same quote unquote scumbags that you're running into. But ambition. Strive to be more. Do things outside of your comfort zone, and you'll start attracting a different certain caliber of person into your life. But you gotta be patient. If you want it today, if you want it this year, it's probably not likely because it takes time. And Tony Robbins actually said this best: people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but underestimate what they can do in 10. So if you look back 10 years of your life, what have you accomplished? Relationship-wise, goal-wise, job-wise, money-wise, whatever-wise, 10 years ago. And then compare that to where you are right now and say, okay, if you're trying to do what you literally accomplished in 10 years this year, it's probably not going to happen. So be a little bit more realistic, write down your goals, and before you jump into some of these relationships, even before you jump into getting engaged, especially before you jump into saying, I do, you gotta talk with that potential partner, pick their brain, and figure out what it is that they want for their lives 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And even if they don't quite know, get that feel. What is it that they, at least, what type of situation do they want to be in the next 10 to 15 years, 20 years on down the road? What is it that they're, sorry, because she about to clear. One thing, I spoke with a good friend of mine from high school, Avery, you know who you are. Appreciate you reaching out to me, brother. We gotta connect. He reached out to me and he was like, there was something that you did for me in high school way back when when I was skipping class. And to be honest with you, when he told me that, it didn't even recollect. I was like, what did I do? Like, whatever. He was like, I would always skip class, and you were the one person among one of 3 people rather that basically said, look, you got on my case. You were like, why are you skipping school? Like, you're skipping school, you ain't know like XYZ, but you could be in class, and even if you're not learning nothing, at least you're doing what you need to do so you can stay on the court. Because whatever your ambitions are, I used to tell them this, whatever your ambitions are as a basketball player or as a student or as a young black man or whatever it is, whatever those ambitions are, you got to play the game we got to play right now, which means you got to go to every single class. You got to make sure you get a decent amount of grades so that you can go on to the next level. Because once we're out of high school, we got people that still go to the high school games. They go to school right across the street, and that's okay, but they didn't have the same ambition as you got. And when he told me that, I literally forgot that was something that happened over 10 years ago. And I was like, that's crazy that I was thinking about that back then, because I wasn't no model student, C's, D's, whatever. You start to think back on those things, and 10 years from now, you'll realize the type of impact that you make on yourself. Just because you change your mindset and saying, look, I'm not dealing with those types of folks, I'm with friends, family, whatever it is, you just cutting them off and you moving on. And it's not to be rude, but you literally have to be around people, like Will Smith said, that fan your flames.
Correct. And obviously, like he said, for him to say that to him when we were in high school, like, those are the type of people you need now as adults. Like, we were kids back then, but those are the type of people, even to this day, those are the type of people you need as adults. Like, if you're easily influenced by BS, that's a problem. First of all, that's a problem. But that's And I feel like as adults, if you're being peer pressured, you're weak. I'm gonna just put that, you're weak. You want to be around those type of people that push you to be better. Like if you're not doing anything and you got friends who aren't doing anything and y'all all just kind of sit around and do nothing, what is that gonna amount to? Please tell me. My pro tip for the end of this video. This is for anybody who has found themselves, I guess, in a situation to where I guess they're asking themselves like, why didn't, this person want to be with me?
They don't love you no more.
No, I'm being honest. I'm saying you might want to, look in the mirror and ask yourself, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything. This is real life. You might want to ask yourself, was I meeting this person's expectations? You know what I mean? Like, as a partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, potential partner, was I meeting this person's expectations? Not just, of the relationship, but of life. Because I really feel like I said, I don't know what age group is going to be watching this video, but I just feel like as you get older, there are just some things that you just won't put up with in a relationship. I don't care if you're dating, married. This is for anybody. There's just some things you won't put up with. So I'm like, if somebody, let's just say, broke up with you or whatever, you might want to put the blame on that person, or you might just want to look in the mirror and be like, well, dang, what was it something that I did? Because it could be you. I'm not saying that it is all the time. It could be that person. But at the same time, sometimes in certain situations, you got to kind of look in the mirror and be like, well, dang, maybe it is me.
You're giving me the it's not you, it's me routine?
And by all means, we aren't perfect. We're by no means Dr. Phil and Ricky Lake. I don't know who the female version of that would be. But but basically, we're just giving our perspective on we've been trial tested, peaks, valleys. I mean, Princess could tell you stories about scumbags. I can tell you stories about scumbags. I can tell you about stories where I was the scumbag. I don't know if she can tell you stories about where she was the scumbag. I mean, just being real. Like, we're not by no means perfect, so don't make it seem like. But we do feel as though that, again, we have enough life between us to where we like giving advice where we can. If it's something that we know about and we've been through, we're gonna share it with you guys.
Yeah, this is in no way to bash anyone or anything. Not. This is more so, I feel like, informative, helpful video.
Yeah, to help you. If nobody's ever told you.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like, who are you going to take advice from? You're going to take advice from someone who's not happy, You know what I mean? Like, I'm being honest. Are you going to take advice from someone who's not happy with themselves and their life? Or are you going to take advice from people who are not saying that they're perfect, because we said we're not perfect, but are you going to take advice from people who can admit to, okay, yeah, I've been through this in life, I'm not perfect, I made mistakes, I've dated this type of person, I've dated this type of person, I've noticed this, that, and the third, and who have now come to the conclusion that these are probably the issues that we've ran into along the way, and we're basically trying to help people avoid those type of situations, or at least start to kind of think like, you know what, I'm not surrounding myself with the right type of people. Why are my friends still doing XYZ? Why aren't they pushing me to be better? Why aren't I pushing them to be better? Like, these are the type of things I just feel like there's a lot of adults out here who don't even question themselves, question themselves or their lives or even their friends' lives. They just kind of go through the motions, and I feel like this isn't really a go with the motion type of day. Like,
true.
I just feel like once you, I don't even know how to say it. Once you get to a certain point in life, you just can't be floating around like just, I'm gonna do this, you have to have a plan.
Plan B, we need a plan C, D, E. We need more alphabet.
And pro tip for men and women, I'm throwing that out there. A man or a woman with a plan who knows what they want in life and that are working hard to get that, ambition is sexy. I'm gonna put that out there. Ambition is sexy.
Pretty fine.
But no, seriously, I feel like somebody who has a plan, someone who has a plan, who has their head on straight, and they know what they want, that's a turn on. Like, I feel like anybody would want to be with someone that's like that. And if you're not, then
don't fret if you're not, because she has.
Sucks for you.
Because her bar, is, you trying to reach up. And, I have to kind of stay up there.
We can touch on that too.
But what I was about to say.
Your expectations.
Right. So what I was about to say though, even if you don't know specifically what you want to do, because I've struggled with that in our marriage. Like, I've changed positions or changed lanes, even if you're not quite sure what you want to do, but you have a gist. Like me, I know that I want to educate our youth, right? Princess knows that about me. Like, she knows where my head is at, and I may not have a direct path, or I can't even verbally like just say it to everybody. She knows it because we communicate enough to where she gets it. But either you know what you want to do in life, or you're still trying to figure it out, but you're not sitting and waiting for someone to slap you in the face and say, hey, do this. That makes
Action
sense.
is everything.
Right.
I'm gonna say that because somebody can say, "Oh, I want this, I want that," but if you're literally doing nothing to show me or the world that that's what you want, then it's like, no, you don't. You don't want that. You ain't showing me you want that. You sure you want that?
This is what I get asked.
You trying to get that?
All right, guys. Well, to wrap up the video, where can people find you?
You can find me on social media at Princess Neugent. No. Instagram, of course, business page, Shop Neugent. My personal Instagram page, Princess Neugent. Snapchat, Princess Neugent. Of course, my own individual YouTube channel, it's Princess Neugent as well.
You
That's
think she likes her name? I think she likes
personal branding all year, baby, forever. Go. Where can we find you?
You can find me bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing.
You can catch me.
Wait a minute.
You know when he put that corn dog emoji on mine? That's him right now. Corn dog.
Y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram currently, Sneaker Celebrity. That's SNKRCLBRTY. Currently, I'm building a sneaker, I guess, brand essentially. I'm delving back into my passion. The Chris Neugent is my Instagram. The Chris Neugent, because you know the other Chris Neugents will take, you know, you got fakers and phonies and all that stuff. But and if you guys don't already do so, be sure to follow our YouTube channels as well. I know my wife said that my YouTube channel is also Sneaker Celebrity. The way it's spelled right there. I'm the only one on YouTube with that name, but we also have our daughter's channel,
Mad Fun with Madison.
Mad Fun with Madison. We're actually gonna be filming that video here shortly. Comment down below what you guys feel like we should talk about next time on the video. Also, let us know those deal breakers for you when you're approaching a relationship with someone, or just approaching a friendship with someone, or somebody, you know, shoots their shot. You know, in this day and age, we say shoot that shot, right? They slide in that DM or that private
We're gonna
message.
touch on that too, because I feel like there's a right and a wrong way to shoot your shot.
Okay, look out for that video. That's definitely coming.
What is the right way to shoot your shot?
For real. It's the right and wrong way to do it. There's a right and a wrong way.
That's not G-rated.
True. So be sure to like this video, guys. Comment on this video.
Subscribe.
Bam.
Subscribe.
5 times. Subscribe 5 times.
Yeah, I know a lot of y'all watch, but that subscribe button is just there.
Now, why should you? It is right. It's literally right there. I'm pointing directly to it. So even if you guys don't relate to this video, share it with somebody you think will relate to this video. But the reason why you want to subscribe is because we're going to keep bringing content. We're going to keep, you know, actively engaging in YouTube and on Facebook and on all of our social media platforms. But we want to get to the point to where we can have you guys engaging with us directly. In order for us to be able to create that content for you guys, we got to know that you guys are watching. Like, views can accidentally happen, but if I know that you subscribe and you finesse that bell for us so that you get that notification as soon as we upload something, that let us know that you guys are loving the content. And if you're not loving the content, let us know. I want you to tell me in the comments below. I hate the way Chris looks. I don't like his shirt, and he's balding in 2 areas on his head. Tell me that.
We're not gonna care no way, because you know what? We're gonna keep on making videos, baby. We're not gonna stop. It don't matter. But we're open to your opinions.
Definitely
but
are.
we really don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
Right.
We don't care.
She's more of the blunt in the relationship as you.
I'm really not, but whatever. but I'm just being honest. We're gonna keep making videos.
There we go. All right, guys. Well, you got anything else, man?
We are considering going live with some of these topics via either YouTube or Facebook. And if you didn't, you know, catch any of those social media handles, they'll all be below. So this is Love Seat Talk with Mr. and Mrs. We are not. I don't think we're keeping that name, but it just sounded good when we first said Love Seat.
You know what? Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Should we keep Love Seat Talk? Hashtag.
Love Seat Talk.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.